What is up, everybody? We are back for another episode of The Real and the Rare. And I am being joined this evening, this afternoon, wherever you're joining us from, with BKFC strawweight fighter, the lovely Miss Crystal Van Wyk. Crystal, appreciate your time as always.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be back.
It's always fun catching up with you. Obviously, you're one of the upcoming rising stars in the BKFC world. So you got a big fight coming up. So it's definitely time to catch back up, see what's going on with you, see what's new with you, and talk a little combat sports in general, as we always do
Yes,
here.
yes.
So
Sounds good.
now. Now I just seen you were on the Mike and Miss show, and Miss Jessica. Well, I was on there.
I know. I saw that.
So you heard what happened to her in Texas again?
I feel
right?
so freaking bad. It's like I can't believe that happened to her. I mean, it's so silly at the end of the day because it doesn't make her any like her win was her win and she performed the way she performed, not because of anything else. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
It's unfair.
Texas might
It's so freaking unfair. They
let's
could
be
find
honest. Texas
something
likes
else.
the Texas Athletic Commission likes messing with her, and it is unfortunate. It's not like she was doing a PED, and what she said on the show made it even worse. That day in the state of
I
Texas,
know. What's the
they
chance
made it.
of that?
They made THC marijuana like legal for medicinal purposes.
They should have actually, because they knew that was going to happen, they should have, like, said, hey, we can give you a pass on this. Because that's like a big deal, to overturn a decision, like, after
Right.
getting a big win like
They did
that.
it. They did it. She did it. It happened on her UFC debut, and it happened on her BKC.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sucks. That
that's.
sucks.
If I'm
That
her,
sucks.
I'm just like I'm not fighting in Texas no more.
Fuck that, I won't either. I
Like
can't.
it's hard enough for you athletes to get fights and fights fall
As
through,
it is.
things
As it
happen and
is.
stuff like that, and then to
Yeah.
have something like that happen is just like, man, like I'm gonna have to stay away from Texas. So she's gonna reduce herself opportunities because I'm pretty sure at this point in time, knowing the type of person she ain't going back to Texas ever again.
Yeah, you don't want to take those chances because, like, you just had such bad experience. Ah,
Listen, that's profiling on another level, man. Like
I
I
know.
get it.
I
I
kind of,
get it.
I kind of feel that in a way because like little things like that, not with fights, but like in the real world, like in everyday life, things like that happen to me all the time. Like stupid stuff. So unnecessary. But yeah, it's just part of her journey, part of her story, and it doesn't take away the fact that we all know that she won the fight. So
She did win the fight, and that's not going to take anything away from her. But it's just another one of those things where well, now she's going to have two new
obstacles.
contests.
Yeah,
The graphic guys, the next time she comes up is going to be interesting because it's going to be like
I know.
you're going to be like 20 like 20 and 12 and two NCs like. So the graphic guys are going to have fun with that. But yeah, wish her, looking forward to her getting back and her,
Yes.
hopefully,
She's gonna have plenty opportunity next year to get that all back.
yeah, yeah, and she looked amazing. Like physically, she looked amazing in that fight. Like
In shape.
on top of the performance itself.
Yeah,
So
in shape.
the pool of women's fighters in Bare Knuckle and BKFC has gotten deeper and deeper over this last year.
Yeah.
Now you guys have that big tournament coming up at the beginning of next year. Are you if everything goes your way, December 20th, are you throwing your name in that tournament for that prize money?
What tournament is that? Is that for do the females have a tournament as well?
Yes, it's not just the men's that are on that.
And is it the 115 division or
I don't see that. I think that's the real question because I don't
I feel
think
like it's going to be the 125 division because the 115 division isn't like that unless I don't know what they're going to do, but you never freaking know. And if they do, obviously I want in. I will be in. Absolutely.
I mean that's a lot of money
You
being up.
already know. You already know.
And the way that works out, I mean, like I think
I think they're gonna have these like fight night things or something where like you don't know who you're fighting. You just pitch up and you're fighting whoever You only find out like
I think it is like once you guys get locked in that you're going to be in there. I think you know who you're going to be fighting, like at least the first round, like through the beginning.
I'm so keen for that though. I'm so.
But I don't think it's going to be a one night affair. I think it's something that we're going to see happen over like a 3 to 6 month period of time before we see who who the baddest man or woman on the planet is tournament. So
that's pretty cool. I'm always game for anything. Honestly, I like a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, being a bare knuckle fighter
a
is
challenge.
it's one of the hardest things in the world because, like, you got to think, like, coming from, regardless if you're coming from the MMA world or the boxing world, it's a totally different. It's how your defense is set up, how your offense is set up. It's a totally different thing. So it's like, when you're used to like blocking with boxing gloves or MMA gloves,
there's nothing blocking nothing. Your face is blocking it. I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, you were wearing it in one of your last fights. Let me pull this one up, and you had a nice little welt under your eye going for that.
Oh fight. No, I mean every single bare knuckle fight, I look destroyed. Like, I mean, my face is like not in the best shape, but it takes 3 days, and I'm like, I never had a fight, so. It's really not that bad. It's a lot of freaking fun, and it's very worth it. That's what
I mean, like, listen, I think it's one of the bigger sports in the world. I've been sitting there saying it, like, a lot of times when I'm talking to some of the fighters that are in BKFC, that a lot of them firmly believe once the sport itself becomes 50 state legal, that it's just a matter of time before they become the biggest combat sports promotion, at least in North America. I think it's going to take a while to catch the UFC. But I think the UFC has a real problem because they're not developing
stars. Yeah, the fights are not as exciting to watch.
You don't have the personalities that they once have. And it's not just that they don't have the personalities; they're lacking a lot of like big name American stars like they used to have.
I know. Like, so I watch UFC and I love UFC. I'm obsessed with UFC. But, like, it's not that exciting for me anymore to watch like it used to be, I feel like watching BKFC, I get more excited because, I don't know, the whole, everything about it just is more fun to watch. And
I equated it to when I went to Knucklemania last year. I was lucky enough, I did get tickets, but I wound up working media with Susan Sangari and Bare Knuckle News. Like, she got sick and was like, "Listen, can you do me a solid?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know, like, I know the area, I know the fighters, I know." I'm like, "I can help you out." So
yeah.
I've been in that same arena for UFC 101 and UFC 133. It was just a different level of energy for it. Obviously having a hometown guy like Eddie there, but listening to that crowd, like, with the Bleep Stevenson's chats. I haven't heard that since like the Flyer days when we had that big rivalry with the New Jersey Devils and stuff like that. So it was a while since I've heard that arena that loud, that crazy.
Yeah.
And
it brings like some kind of vibration and energy and excitement, and it's addicting.
And that's something that I think, I don't think it's any fault of Dana White or the UFC, or maybe it's just, the what people prefer to see when they're watching some of the MMA fights. But I just think that they're losing some of that energy, and it has transferred over to the bare knuckle realm, regardless if we're talking BKFC, BYB, if we're talking about the stuff overseas. Like, it's just a different feel, and I think that's why you have guys like Conor McGregor getting involved in the promotion. That you do have, the laundry list of professional athletes that have bought into the company. The Eagles were just playing the Raiders, and Max Crosby is one of the the guys that bought equity stakes in the company. I think it was the beginning of the year. He's one of the guys that bought shares as well. So it's like you're seeing it grow on another level as well. And the other thing is the viewership is going up through the streaming apps, where like obviously the UFC, in a matter of a few weeks they're going to go away from the pay-per-view model, going on to the Paramount TV app, and that's where all their fights are going to be moving
Oh,
forward.
really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
the pay-per-view model is officially dead, according to the UFC.
Wow.
Dana
Wow.
White basically said like something that would cost you, a couple grand or more a year is now basically going to cost you like less than 200
Wow,
a
that's
year.
good.
So, I
That's
mean,
good.
that's a huge thing. I think
That's
for
huge.
them. For them, that's huge, because I think you're going to get a lot of these fans who may have not wanted to dump out $59.99, $69.99 to
Exactly.
watch some of these fights. Now you're going to see them tune in, I think, at a higher volume.
I
So
think so BKFC, like I would like to see BKFC get onto some kind of thing where people can actually watch these fights, because you can't go to a bar or to a restaurant and see BKFC. They don't have it. It doesn't exist.
yeah, because you
You have to
guys are
pay for
on.
3 different like subscriptions to freaking watch it. So
Yeah, you basically need Triller, DAZN, and the BKFC app to
yeah,
watch all this stuff.
yeah, and then
Now, granted, it's not like these are
God forbid it's on a pay-per-view on the zone. Then
I would
that's
I would like to see Dave, Connor, reach out to one of these other streaming apps, like a Peacock or Prime or something like that.
I hope that can happen soon. That would be awesome. That's the only thing, because like a lot of people, they don't really know. I mean, BKFC is expanding and it's huge, and a lot of people love it. But there are people out there that they only know UFC. Like if I tell them, "Oh, I fight," and they're like, "Oh, you fight UFC?" I'm like, "No, no, 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 BKFC, BKFC," and they're like, "What's BKFC?" So like, just to get it out there, if they really want to see it be on a bigger, then I think that's the next thing to do, to focus on.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only thing that Dave and Connor can do right now is try to find one of those apps. Nothing against the Zone or Triller or whatever. And Triller
No.
actually had a big jump in viewership over the last year. They were almost dead a few years ago as an app itself, and BKFC's kind of saved them. So I mean, I'm sure they're not going to want to see them leave, but with the changing of the game and seeing what some of the other bigger combat sports promoters promotions are doing, I think that they need to follow suit.
Yeah, agree.
Hopefully that's something we see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I know what Dave has accomplished, in less than 10 years is absolutely remarkable.
It's remarkable.
I mean, he's not perfect, and no promotion or promoter is perfect.
Exactly.
There's going to be things that we all are going to dislike. I'm always pro athlete. I'll always be pro athlete. I'm not going to suck up to one promoter or another. That's just not how I go about doing media. If you guys are doing something wrong, I'm going to call it out. That doesn't mean you're the biggest villain to these athletes.
Hey, we human, we bleed, we all make mistakes.
Yeah, like listen, we're all human. Like listen, as long as you learn from them and make sure it's something that doesn't happen again, there's nothing.
Exactly.
There's not. I'm going to beat anyone over the head with saying that they're terrible at this or that. But it's a big time for what we see the combat sports realm as. I think the streaming side of things have changed everything in a way where I think it's overall better for the fan. I'm not sure how it's going to affect you guys, but listen, it's a great time to be in combat sports, and
it is exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah, like before, unless you had cable TV and pay-per-view service, it was the only way you were able to watch some of these fights. The fact that they're on streaming sites and stuff like that, where you can just watch it whenever. It's I think it's
That's true, eh? That's true. I'm great.
It's a unique thing, and like I said, it's going to continue to grow. I do believe that bare knuckle has at the moment they have the upper hand. I think in the growing popularity part of that, of how we all break this thing down. But UFC is still a bigger machine. We'll see. we'll see if a lot of these athletes' predictions come true. But you know, a couple other things I want to get to. One of the things that I haven't gotten a chance to talk to you about, as we've done, multiple interviews over the last few years, you are a twin.
Oh, yes, I am. Oh my gosh. There
So
are.
came across that, and I want to ask you because when you guys were younger, did you guys ever play any pranks on like boyfriends you guys were dating, and just to see?
Actually, we tried. We tried to do it. We actually, oh my word, we used to, our boyfriends, even husbands, used to get very confused with us a lot. So from behind, we look like exactly the same. And there would be times where her boyfriend or my boyfriend would come from behind and like give me a smack on the ass or something like that. And I'd be like, wrong twin. But we never ever took offense because it's something that used to happen to us our entire lives. So yeah, we could do that. We had that ability.
Well, at least you guys, were had the liveliness of life to kind of just play along with that and see how that
We,
goes.
we loved it. We loved it. We must be super close. So yeah, and there were times we have very similar dress style, and we're not even identical twins. We're not identical twins, but there's times where we looked so freaking alike. It's not even funny.
And listen, yes, I did notice from you guys aren't like completely identical and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
this day and age, that's almost as close as you can get to it.
I know. True.
Now, obviously, you're talking about like boyfriends and husbands. Did you ever have like teachers mix you up in school or anything like that?
Um, Probably when we were much younger, like in primary school, we used to have we always had people be confused with us. To be honest, we always had people confused. But I used to tend to there's certain things that I would do that people got to know how to tell us apart. Maybe the way I wore my
like
hair.
a teller or a tendency you that
I was
you
always the kind of rebellious, like naughty, difficult one. So she was always like the good, well behaved, very intelligent teacher's pet, So people kind of knew who was who just by that.
I got you now. I got you now. A couple of female combat sports news now. Obviously, Ronda Rousey is the biggest name when it comes to women's combat sports. As she was the
Pioneer
engine
women.
that basically got women's combat sports over the hump where a lot of people were down on it for a long period of time. Obviously. She had one particular trick that had literally took her opponents almost 3.5 years before they could even get a
Figure it out. Right. There's
grasp
all
of,
those.
of what was going on now. Obviously, she's done some recent podcasts that she's done with Bert Kreiser. Wasn't too happy with Joe Rogan about some things. Obviously, was
Oh, I didn't know that.
she basically said that he's not a real martial artist, and taekwondo's not that doesn't really count it.
Wow. So
He's
he's
just what was it?
showing
He's
some
just
faith.
he's just a fan with a really big following. Was kind of like, and Joe responded to it as you figure Joe would have like, listen, I love Rhonda. I got nothing to say for that. If that's how she feels, that's how she feels. It's not
Yeah.
gonna change how I think about it. And I think that Joe handled that the right way.
Yeah, I like
What
Joe
she
Rogan.
believes is what her biggest. I thought the biggest jab she took was at Khabib and their fans. Just like basically
What did
sitting
she
there saying
say?
her fan base firmly has his what firmly in between their lips.
Oh,
Basically sitting there saying like they overly love him, and he was a guy that just got at the right time. He was like a lot of people. She felt that there was certain matchups that he ran from and didn't get to. Now it gets me to one of the other points where some people were talking about just the potential of her returning, and people were
I
sitting there
saw
saying like,
that.
"Oh, well, she's a loser," and stuff like that. And I believe this is Laura Sanko, and she was like, "It doesn't erase everything that she did for the support. she's the best of me. I have appreciation for what
Yeah.
she did for women's
All
MMA.
sports, yeah.
And I kind of agree with that. Some people, would say that that's a, kind of a homerish comment from Laura Senko. Listen, Laura's actually one of these women. She is a commentator and play-by-play analyst, but she did have more than a handful of faults. She fought.
Yeah. All
In
that.
the larger promotions.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's necessarily wrong. Like just because of how she left the sport, I don't view her as a loser. Both,
No, I don't, to be honest. I actually think like you've got to think back now at that time when they were fighting. The level have completely evolved in the women, in the women's MMA. So we are looking at how they fought back then. And you would look at it and be like, well, that's not that good, to be honest. But we can't view it that way because everything evolved, including technology and things and science and how people start to work things out and figure things out and how to different training techniques. And so obviously people got better and better over the years, But, let's not take away from the fact that she was a freaking Olympic athlete. Okay, number one. And you don't just become an Olympic athlete. Like that takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And so I think being a fighter is so much more than a physical thing. It's a lot to do with what you've put in and the discipline and the mindset. And so I don't know if it's true, but she's got some boxing fight maybe potentially coming up. I don't know.
I've heard about that, and I'm not a fan for that.
I don't know what's going to happen because I'll be honest, I haven't been following Ronda Rousey for a very long time because I don't know what she's doing. I'm not.
I know that
the wrestling stuff, but
yeah, I know that she's been getting back in the gym, getting back into fighter shape. She had. I believe 2 children over the last 5 years or so.
Yes, that's what I see. She's married and she lives on a farm or something. And
yeah.
I think that's quite cool and everything. I'm not going to take.
But that was always her dream, more than fighting was, is being a having a family and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing what every athlete does when they get to this point in life. You're getting that itch to get back in there, and you still have that competitive fire burning. I've said it on other interviews on this network, and I'll say it again. If I'm her, I stay far away from the boxing because striking wasn't her backgroground. Do one of those UFC BJJ events or something to that effect. Like I think that's where she would.
But maybe she's got something to prove. Maybe she's got something to prove. And
like I get that. I get that. I'm not like, listen.
Maybe she can come back. I don't think we could ever cross out the fact that somebody can go in there and put in the time and the work and the effort and maybe come out and shock the world. We can always give someone the benefit of the doubt. You never freaking know.
Yeah, listen, I'll never count her out of anything, but listen, if I'm someone in her ear,
can't go against Katie Taylor or anything.
That's exactly who the rumor was. It was Katie Taylor. Like,
there's no ways. There's no fucking ways. No,
I'm like, listen, no. Like her first fight back, and you're gonna throw her in, not throw her and kick her into the deepest end of that pool.
No, that would be really freaking dumb. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like if she came back, she would have to go against I want to say nobody, but like she would have to go against somebody that's not like got like that many wins and like she would have to get herself back in gradually. They would have to give her.
That's why I'm sitting there saying do like UFC BJJ, get your mojo back again before you sit there and jump into the deepest end of the Shark Tank.
Unless she's doing it for money. Which a lot of people do nowadays. So I don't know what I'll say.
Listen, if they're giving her, if they're giving her several bags for that fight, I would understand.
Shots. Think about it for a second. She's thinking about her kids now. The farm, the kids.
Listen, I wouldn't blame her for that, but I would caution her into how she goes about that. Listen.
Me too.
So, and as we're talking Ronda Rousey, I don't know if you've seen this weekend, but Christiana Cyborg defended her featherweight title. She says
that she not know that. Actually,
she has one more MMA fight left under her before she walks away.
She's brilliant. I wouldn't fight that chick ever. She's a beast. She's scary. Good.
I actually was lucky enough to meet her on the set of Fight Valley because it was right over the bridge here in New Jersey.
Oh,
Where they
really? She seems like a nice person.
she's an absolute a sweetheart of a person.
I can tell. I can tell.
But like just like any professional athlete, when they get in that certain atmosphere,
No. I wouldn't want to cross bridges with her in that ring
she
or
turns that
circle or
switch,
anything.
man, and I think
Not
she belongs on that. Now I want to get into I guess a Mount Rushmore uh, thought. Now we're already talking about Ronda. We're talking about Chris Cyborg. We're talking about some of the greatest women combat sports athletes in the world.
yes.
Who is your Mount Rushmore of female combat sports athletes? It's not just MMA. We can go a little boxing in this. Obviously we just had Sydney Sweeney do the Christie movie, right? Yeah,
Yes. I haven't seen it actually. I really want to watch it. Is it any good?
uh, from what I heard, both of the combat sports movies that were shot this year, that were when they were at the big film festivals, they basically said that both Sydney Sweeney was amazing as Christy Martin, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson was also amazing as his depiction of Mark Kerr in the Smashing Machine, and that both them and I think his Dwayne's co-star in the Smashing Machine had been nominated for Academy Awards coming up. So we'll see how everything goes out. I think everyone's getting stuck into like the people that are coming out to watch it. I think the way we consume movies is the same thing like the way we consume sports. I don't think we go to movie theaters as much as we have just because of
what's wrong with us?
well, no, it's what's wrong with the movie theaters, man. Do you want to spend
it's too expensive, but
$60 for tickets, and that's not even getting
nice to go watch a freaking movie.
Exactly.
And I haven't done that in so long, and I think to myself like, I want to go watch a freaking movie, but it's so much easier to
just wait the 2 months for it to come out on a streaming app
on Netflix or something. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So who's your Mount Rushmore of female combat sports athletes?
Is that my favorite?
Yeah, basically your favorite. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily just have to be MMA or bare knuckle or boxing. You can mix it all up. That's why I say combat sports athlete, not just
definitely Katie Taylor. She's like my ultimate favorite. Like I'm just obsessed with Katie Taylor. And sorry, I went blank on the chick that she fought's name again.
Amanda Serrano.
Sorry. Serrano is definitely my number 2 because they both freaking amazing. Like those 2 fights that they had, or 3. They had 3, right?
Yes, 3.
They had 3. All 3 of those fights, like I'm telling you, best female fights I've ever seen in my entire life. Love it. Okay. And then Valentina Shevchenko, she's a freaking female warrior of her time. She literally is in her town or something, like she's just freaking brilliant. The way she trained,
she has the most title defenses in UFC history, let alone women's.
She's just brilliant. Like I'm just obsessed with her. And then what's that Muay Thai chick? I used to watch her all the freaking time. The Stamp. Stamp Beatrix. Beatrix Stamp. I fucking love her. I think she's brilliant too. So yeah, it's four of them. Yeah, that would be it.
That's your female Mount Rushmore. Now I'm gonna get specific here, right? I came across this one. This isn't my Mount Rushmore. This is just the graphic I came across. MMA Weekly put out a few weeks ago. Who is your UFC Mount Rushmore? Now this is, I guess we're gonna just go just with the guys on this. Is it John Jones, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, and Khabib, or do you have your own mix when it comes?
John Jones is definitely it for me. I love John Jones, obsessed with John Jones. And I like Paddy Pimblett. I think he's cool as fuck. And I like man, I've got too many. This is the thing. I got too many. I always like Conor McGregor, obviously, but I know he's not fighting anymore. But he's my favorite. He's always going to be one of my favorite UFC fighters. And then I like freaking Mike Tyson. He's always just gonna be the baddest in the fucking world to me, you
Yeah.
know.
My my UFC is close to that one. It's my Mount Rushmore is absolutely John Jones. He doesn't get enough respect.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
He doesn't get enough respect, and he's on no one's list. Is Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson? He literally saved the lower weights for both men and women. We wouldn't be talking about fights under 125 pounds if it's not for Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. And let's not forget it that flying armbar that he hit in the UFC.
Just like it. That's cool as fuck.
The only other person I know to hit a flying armbar was
I want to do that one day.
was Rose Namajunas back. I think it
was Rose Namajunas.
Now she's on my Mount Rushmore because she's the ultimate underdog. Everyone counts her out in these big fights. She beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk. She beat the girl Win. And the only thing that stopped her was
is it Zhang Weili? No.
Beat
Zhang Weili beat her. Can't remember.
It was Carla Esparza and her wrestling is how she lost the belt. But we talk about fights all the time. I do not have Khabib on my list.
I mean, neither.
He was often injured. Is he amazing?
Boring.
I don't listen. There was fights that he was exciting.
He's boring.
But he just doesn't have that personality. Anderson Silva is absolutely on.
Yes, Anderson Silva. True.
He was the ultimate showman, and even in all that, it cost him his run. It cost him his run, being the showman he was. I still feel to this day that Michael Bisping got off with an unfair decision against him. I'm not a judge. But I still felt that was
some shitty decision.
Yeah, listen, it's one of the few things in combat sports as a whole that I feel that we still need to fix is the of some of it. But like obviously, like what happened to Tom Aspinall a few weeks, well, not a few weeks ago now, so a few months now, but that had surgery on his eye recently. They're talking about changing how they go about, dealing with the eye pokes. I mean, listen, when we're talking about MMA, it's real easy between how you parry and block to when you're putting you start going forward. I mean,
accidents happen, but flip, it's
I think you should be held accountable for it, regardless if it's an accident or not. That's all I'm going to say about that. I mentioned John Jones. He's probably the biggest culprit of all of it when it comes to it, But listen,
as
I told you beforehand, when I see something, and regardless if it's the popular opinion or not, if I see something, I'm gonna call it out for it. So.
And good for that. I'm the same way actually. I like honesty and being transparency is really freaking awesome. I love people like that. So that's why I like you.
Appreciate that, my friend. One of the other things I want to talk about, obviously, we talk about the difference between boxing and bare knuckle before, but what we don't talk about when it comes to boxing is in reality the reason why we have boxing gloves was not to protect the fighters. It wasn't to protect the fighters. It wasn't to it wasn't to do anything but protect the fighter's hands and the ability to punch harder, which I completely agree with.
True.
With this graphic here, I love boxing. It'll always be kind of your first love for combat sports.
Yeah.
But, it's in a very unique place right now with what we see with some of the bigger athletes. It is the amount of damage you see that happens in boxing is one of the reasons you kind of gone to bare knuckle, or is just a better opportunities have followed you to bare knuckle?
Yeah, for me, boxing is a whole different. It's a sport on its own. It's got its own unique thing, and bare knuckle has its own unique thing. For me, I feel boxing is harder. I don't want to say harder in a different way. I just think with boxing that the impact of the gloves when it hits you, you feel it more, and they say there's more concussions, and that makes a lot of sense actually to me. because when I'm sparring with boxing or fighting in boxing, I feel those blows a little bit harder, you know. But in bare knuckle, you feel the knuckles to your face and you feel it, you still feel impact. But to be honest, it's not. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's. I think boxing is harder for me personally. Bare knuckle is kind of more like rough, and there's no real technique to it in a way, you know. Like you are gonna take some punches. You're gonna take some punches, and you can cover up all you want, but like, can you really, you know, protect everything? No. And I like the fact that you got this raw, like street fighting kind of. I like the freedom of my hands being free for bare knuckle. With boxing, everything's taped up, everything's, you know, solid, and yeah, I don't know. I'm more of a fan of bare knuckle than I am. I did one boxing fight. I mean, I've done Muay Thai, MMA, BJJ. I've done everything, and I've done one boxing fight, and I didn't enjoy it as much, to be honest. I didn't. I
Here's
was like,
the other thing about it too. Like we've seen a lot of times wraps and gloves be doctored and people be injured throughout the years in boxing too. So when you count that into getting rid of it for bare knuckle, I think it's probably the most purest form of it.
yeah, I
If you
like
really
that.
think about it, like obviously, I think
Powerful.
your guys' cut rate is
A
probably
lot more.
way higher.
Huge. Yeah.
But like I think with having cleaner shots and you know less chances to kind of have shots glance off of your glove, whether it be
Yeah.
MMA glove, boxing glove, whatever, I
Yeah.
think just leads it to the purest part of striking. So
True.
it's one of the things I love about it. That
Boxing is obviously working like obviously when I train, I'm training boxing, you know, and I love it. I do have fun in the training. Like I enjoy the skill because there's so much skill and the head movement, the footwork. I enjoy all the stuff that goes into it. Like it really stimulates me for training purposes, you know. But in an actual fight in the arena, in the ring, if I have to choose between the two, like bare knuckle for me, that's like I'll do that all day. I love it. So much more exciting.
And now, speaking of excitement, we were talking about before we came on air. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Obviously, have to catch you up a little bit because I know you don't keep up with everything. But
Uh,
a few months ago, Jake Paul announced that he initially was going to be fighting Tank Davis. Obviously, he had some issues going on
yes. So
outside of the ring, and I think it was if I'm Jake Paul, with the way things have worked out, it's probably for the best because you were fighting guy that his last fight was at 135 pounds. Jake Paul's last fight, he was walking around a little bit over 200 pounds. So
I know. I thought that was a little bit of a. I was like,
listen. I was like, I'm done. I'm tuning in.
I'm like,
I'm
what
not
the
gonna,
fuck is going on here now?
but he has redeemed himself in my eyes. And
Yeah.
I've been very hard on him. I think he's an amazing promoter.
Yes.
What he's done for women's boxing, you can't.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't talk that away. You cannot talk that
We
away.
cannot. Yeah, we can't take that away. That's true.
So and now I think a lot of us are going to have a lot of things where we also can't take away because now he's fighting. Anthony Joshua here.
I know.
Demetrius Johnson, I don't know if you see the comment there. He's like, I think Jake can knock him out. And like, listen, we were talking about you can't count guys out. I'm not going to count Jake Paul out. He's
improving. He's evolving. Let's be real. He is.
One thing I will say is what he's done and the way he's done it. Not really necessarily a fan of all the matchups.
No.
But can you name me an athlete that has literally cut his teeth against some of the greatest fighters in the world
and proved everybody wrong?
No amateur fights, no amateur experience.
Crazy. No, I must say I'm a bit shocked. I think that does blow my mind a bit.
So as much as we're hard on him about, he was fighting, older guys that were several weight classes under him. This is a real test.
A real matchup. Fuck that. But wait a minute, Jake Paul lost to Tommy
Fury.
Yeah, he lost to Tommy Fury, actually. Let's not forget about that one. But this is one that I'm very fucking interested in.
Yeah, it's
It's
obviously
a day before,
Netflix.
it's a day before my fight too. So
Yeah, December
another
December
UFC super.
19th. So something Crystal can sink her teeth into as she's relaxing in her hotel room, rehydrate.
Exactly. I'm gonna be like, oh fuck is.
Meanwhile, I was probably gonna keep her up half the night because how excited she's gonna be for this
I
fight.
will. I will. I'll be so into it.
But I will say this: this has completely turned me around on my excitement for this potential card.
Yes.
Um, I know that like Amanda Serrano's fighting after the new year, so I think
I will be watching that. I will be watching.
I know you will be. I know you will be. But it's one of those things that, like, I've been hard on Jake, and I will give him the credit for this one.
Yeah.
Big fight, take a big risk against a much bigger guy.
He's not scared for nobody, Jake Paul. He's not.
Hey, listen, he said anyone, anytime, anywhere. Listen, I'll give him
No,
credit.
I respect that. I respect that a lot.
I've said it. That he was going to get my disrespect until he earned my respect.
Yeah.
He has earned my respect.
And your respect. He's
earned my respect for this, so I will give him his credit where he deserves it. This is a big fight for him. I think if he happens to find a way to stop Anthony Joshua, yes, at that point in time, he should be a ranked fighter. I don't care what anyone else has to say.
I don't care what anyone else says. I totally agree with that one.
So, but now as we're gotten into all this other stuff, we've lost into what we were supposed to be talking about tonight. As obviously, Crystal has this big fight coming up, December 20th at the Mohegan Sun there in Connecticut, and you got a nice little matchup for you. How excited are you for this fight after you had this fight fall off here? You were supposed to fight there. There's just been so much uncertainty about when and where it was going to be. So now it's finally here. You get the fight.
Yes.
Are you going to be taking out several cans of ass whooping on this girl because just how pent up you are from what? It's almost been a year of it, has it not?
It's a freaking year, man. It's been a whole year. I'm serious. It's been a whole year since my last fight, actually. Like, literally. I fought the last time on the 5th of December. Can't even do that.
More than a year.
So it's come a whole entire year. And I'm friends with her. I'm friends with Gabby as well. I think she's brilliant. I think she's amazing. I think it's going to be one of my more skilled opponents, which I love a challenge. Like I told you earlier, I love a challenge. And I'm super excited because I know I've been working on my freaking craft this whole year, thinking that I'm going to have a fight, So I've been matched up to fight this entire year and never had one fight. But come the 20th of December, there will be a fight. It's going to go down. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to put on the best performance I have yet. I'm pretty sure.
Here's the other thing, as we just said, it's been a year. So the fighter that anyone has tape on from a year ago is not the fighter that people are going to see December 20th.
Not at all. I've since a year ago, I've got a whole new gym, a whole new team, new coaches. So I am a different fighter. So I myself am excited to put myself to the test, because to me that's what it's about. It's about you've studied and you've trained the whole year and you've tried to improve on things and now it's your test, And I love the test because I can then go back and reflect and say, okay, Crystal, you improved year, and this is what I can still work on because there's always things to work on. So for me, that's the most rewarding and the most awesome part about the whole thing. Wasn't happy about my last fight, even though I won it. So I'm looking to go out there and put on a much better performance. Come 20th of December, we shall see. Fireworks.
Without giving too much away, where do you feel that you've kind of improved the most since the last time you did? As your cardio improved, as your footwork improved more, as your overall boxing has improved more, has all of it improved more? Like, what do you feel that you're most excited to showcase when you step in there December 20th?
I think my overall skill have definitely improved. I've worked a lot on my head movement and my footwork. Angles. And I think that overall as a boxer and as a fighter, I should be looking much better out there. I think my precision, my accuracy, I think all of it could come full circle and it could show up, and show out. I have no idea because I haven't fought for a whole year, but I know what I've been working on. So this is the time I get to see, has all of those things that I've been working so hard on, is it going to pay off?
So obviously it's the 20th, really close to the holidays. Are you going to be excited that you're not going to be in camp for the holidays and actually be able to enjoy whatever foods may come your way and stuff like that after the fight?
Yeah, I don't cut weight actually. So I never really have that problem, but I am going to be excited to fight, take 2 or 3 days to heal, and then we're on Christmas, and I love Christmas, my favorite holiday, and I'm going to get to just enjoy it. And like, I'm not going to be in like a camp or training because I have been in camp the whole year. So yeah, it's going to be so nice to just have some me time and focus on like just having a little bit of fun.
All right, I'm going to ask you this one.
Yes.
Hot take or not? Christmas food is better than Thanksgiving food.
I mean, I'm South African, so I don't do Thanksgiving food actually. I make my own food. I make lasagna for Thanksgiving. I like to cook.
I'm actually
But I'm a good cook. So Christmas food, I'm gonna make Christmas food South African style, what we do for Christmas. And
I want to hear what y'all making.
I know we like to make like roast potatoes and maybe like a beef, like beef, shredded beef, kind of thing. Um, and then like we make a dessert which is called like a trifle. I don't know. Do you guys know trifle? Probably not.
No, I've never heard of it, but
it's like,
you to educate me.
Okay, so it's like layers of jelly with sponge cake. So it's sponge cake, jelly, and then you soak the sponge cake in the jelly, and then we use custard. You guys don't have custard here, but I can make it from scratch because I can make anything. So I'll put custard, and like a lot of people in South Africa, they put fruit. I don't put fruit. I like to use like sweet, like little sweet things in between, and then you layer it up, and then you put custard on top. So it's actually very difficult to explain. I'll have to like take a picture and send it.
You gotta send me some pictures. Like,
oh well, you know what I'll do?
I'm talking about custard,
video.
I'm a Bavarian cream type of guy, so.
Oh, cool. Oh, yes, that's what it is. Like, what do you guys call it here? Bavarian cream.
Yeah, Bavarian. Well, some people say it's like from the Boston cream donuts.
Boston cream, yeah, Boston cream. So that's what it is.
Find out what the actual name of that. It's called Bavarian cream. So
yeah, so that's what it is, and it's custard. Well, we call it custard. It's more the custard.
It's like a pudding, almost, right?
Huh?
It's almost like a pudding, I guess.
It's like a pudding, but it's just you don't get anything like it. You don't get it here. Like
yeah, I know. Like, listen, when you go to the stores, you definitely don't.
No, you don't. But South African food is on another level of amazing. Like I just want to tell you something about my country is like we know food, and food is good there, and we know how to cook. So what I'll do is a little tutorial. Maybe that's what I'll do over Christmas. Do a little tutorial video. I never ever do that, like, and showcase my cooking skills and post it or something.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Something to add to the new TikTok since you got locked out of the other one, right?
I need to make a whole lot of new things. So maybe I should be working on that.
After the fight, when you are in your downtime.
After the fight, absolutely. Then I have more time.
Now, obviously, we're after the new year, we're gonna have Knucklemania back here in Philadelphia.
Ooh,
are you trying to find a way to get on one of those bigger cars that kind of have a little bit more of the promotion behind it? Obviously,
yes.
I don't think you're going to be able to find a way onto the Knucklemania car.
No, I think that card is full. That card is full, but for next year, I'm definitely 120%. When I'm 3-1. I'm definitely going to be on one of the biggest shows. I guarantee you.
Sturgis. Make sure it's Sturgis. That's always.
Ooh, that'll be fun. You never know.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
Typically, when they have one of their bigger events, when they head out to Sturgis.
That's true. No, I'm down. I'm so down. I just want to fight more next year. Like, I'm not fighting once next year. Like, next year, I'm fighting much more. I'm going to try to dip a little bit into dirty boxing, maybe do an MMA fight too.
There you go. You gonna hit up Mike Perry, ask him do one of those dirty boxing events.
Yeah, I already got asked to do to maybe have a match up there. So, definitely want to go over and do a little bit more next year. But I know BKFC is going to keep me quite busy next year too. So, obviously that's my priority. That's my priority.
I'll say this much: if you make it through March and they haven't offered you anything, do whatever you got to do to stay active.
I'm gonna like I need to fight as much as I can next year, at least 4 to 5 times.
That is like literally my only thing I really don't like about what goes on with bare knuckle. I'm not saying it's their fault or anything like that, but I mean, like you have all these fighters, and like especially the females. I hear it a lot. Like
keep signing all these new people, but then the other people don't get a chance to fight actively. So we need to.
I'm thinking like if you're signing all these people, then you should be matching them up with some of the people that's already fought. And like listen, I think there should be something in there that if you guys make it more than 4 months and you haven't been offered a fight, that you should be able to either demand a fight that happens within the next month or so, or be able to go wherever you want to within reason to secure you a fight. Like as you're saying, doing some dirty boxing, doing some MMA.
I'm so keen because like I just love fighting and I just want to keep busy, and that's how you get better, the ring time and just throwing yourself out there. And I'm like not getting any younger, so I need to get my stuff going.
I think it's probably the most surprising thing. Like every time I look you up, I'm like, how the hell is this woman almost 40? Like that's insane.
What the fuck? Don't say that. I'm not.
Dude, I'm 45 now, so
I'm
starting to show it in the beard and all. Like listen, I feel you.
I'm still in my 30s. I'm still in my prime, but. True story though. I am getting to the edge of that, and it's intense. And when I get to that place, I want to make sure I've accomplished everything. And it's not going to be by fighting once a year. I'm going to have to like pedal to the metal now,
What are your goals? Like, I mean, obviously, as you said, you're still in your prime. You're getting close to the edge, as you were just saying. Like, if we're going through our Christmas wish list. What are some things you'd like to accomplish before you hit 40 inside of the combat sports world?
Well, I want to definitely have a bout in either BKFC, pro MMA, obviously. I don't know. I just want to have a bout and be a champion. It doesn't matter where and what and how. That's my ultimate goal. I've actually achieved everything I wanted to in combat sports already. So the belt is the only other thing that I haven't achieved, and that's what I want. So I have a couple of years to try to get it. And so I will. Mark my words.
I'm gonna mark it down here. December.
Write it down.
December 14th, 2025. Crystal Van Wyk vows that she is going to be a world champion before.
Somewhere. It could be MMA. It could be Muay Thai. It could be bare knuckle. It could be dirty boxing. Who knows what it's going to be? But it's going to be something. Guaranteed.
And listen, it's hard to bounce in between sports. Did you see what USA Boxing is doing, by the way? I forgot that. That was one of the things I did forget to ask.
There's so much going on there. I saw that I think you have to be like...
Basically, if you want to be a part of USA Boxing, you have to strictly be in boxing. You can't have fights in other sports. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's
intense. You're going to lose half of your athletes who want to be tested and challenged and like to push the envelope. You're going to miss out on so many of these other athletes that do want to.
You know why that's actually happened now? It's because of all the freaking unsanctioned probably fights that people have.
All these exhibition fights that people were kind of bouncing the rules around.
Yeah, and so they end up like, I'm not going to lie to you. I fought a chick in that one boxing fight who had like all these fights, but I only thought she had 10 fights. I didn't know. And when I went to when I pitched up at the fight, I heard she had like over 40 or something fights. I was like, what? Oh shit. I held my own, but she was good as hell. And it makes a difference, So
one last one. All right. Dana White comes to you, tells you to match make one fight for the White House card. Who are you putting on that card that is probably going to be one of the biggest events that we've seen here in the United States?
Oh my gosh, that's a very difficult question because he's already done that. I mean, he's got Kayla Harris versus, isn't he Kayla?
Amanda Nunes.
Exactly, like that's huge. Like
That's going to be the first big fight they're going to have on the Paramount Network.
I mean, I'm dying to watch that fight. Like, hell yeah. So now it's difficult because he's actually done a pretty good job at matchmaking for that fight. I wanted to see Connor fights. I really wanted to see. That was for me like ultimate. I wanted to see Connor fights. And who was he going to fight again? Actually, it was versus.
The rumor was he was going to finally give Michael Chandler his
Chandler. That's right.
To have.
I don't know. I mean,
there's a couple ways I would go with this. Like one thing, like obviously it's the 250th anniversary of America. I think you should have an American versus a Brit on there. They need to be top level guys. It would have been real nice to have Tom Aspinall and John Jones play on that. But I think if we see John Jones, it's going to be Alex Pereira, the Brazilian. That's going to.
Whoa! I think Alex Pereira versus Dricus from South Africa. Now that's a fight that I would want to match make. Hell yes, why not? Fuck yes.
I've been sitting there saying a lot of if Kayla Harrison wins that fight, I think that. I know Ronda has been against doing the White House card, but I think Kayla Harrison, Ronda Rousey. Would sell a lot.
Holy shit, Kayla Harris would.
I mean, you would have you would have two Olympic medalists, fighting at the White House. One's a 2-time gold medal winner. One's a bronze medal judoka. I think that would make a lot of sense.
She has a lot of training to do because Kayla Harris is like a freaking beast.
Listen, from what I hear, that there was a lot of going behind the scenes stuff going on between Kayla and Ronda when they were on the mats. I don't want to speculate to what it is, what happened between them two, but I heard that if that fight happens, that a whole lot.
I'm there like a bear with my popcorn. I don't know how, but I will.
But I do think that fight doesn't happen. Like what we had already talked about. It's one thing to kind of get back into it, just to kind of get back into it. It's another thing
not at that level
to jump into the deep end of the swimming pool. And
I think
Kayla Harrison is approaching the top of the mountain, so to speak. So
she's demolishing people. I mean, seriously, didn't she just fucking demolished Pena, was it? Yeah, and like she's a fucking beast, So I don't know, but what do you think about Nunes? Because Nunes is a fucking beast too. Yeah, I mean, like
she demolished both Ronda and Holly. So listen.
Like shit,
they call her the lioness for a reason. They call her the lioness for a reason.
Exactly.
But we've also seen her susceptible to submissions before. And again, rumor has it that Kayla ran Amanda out of the gym when they were in the mats or when they were on the same team together down at American Top Team. That's just the rumor. I'm not sure if it's just somebody trying to hype up Kayla or
no, you never know.
So, but
I'll watch that fight. I would love that fight. That's a big fight.
I would like to see a couple people come out of retirement just for that fight.
Me too. Just to make it more.
I would love to see a Robbie Lawler and like a Cowboy.
Yes, he's good.
I would love. We just mentioned Ronda. Why don't we run it back with Miesha Tate and Ronda Rousey? That would be way more interesting fight.
Miesha Tate retired.
So is Ronda.
But is Miesha Tate retired? I thought she.
I heard that she is retired again. That she basically was like. I thought the reason why she came back out of retirement was because she was trying to get that belt, and that when
she did quite well actually.
When Pena won the belt, she was just like, "Listen, my best friend won it. I'm done. I'm not gonna fight my best friend for the title," and she basically walked away. He's another one of those people that don't get mentioned. Like we were just talking about, our women's, Mount Rushmore.
I see.
Miesha Tate has a place there.
Actually, big fan.
Miesha Tate has a place there. The one
Definitely.
that doesn't get talked about enough that I think that might be more a realistic matchup is that I heard Gina Carano is training in the gym full time right now.
Oh, really? That's
And Gina Carano crawled so Ronda Rousey could run. There would be no women's mixed martial arts without Gina Carano.
exactly.
So it'd be interesting to see.
I would be interesting to see some of these chicks come back.
Yeah,
That's just some of the most exciting female MMA times, you know.
yeah. I
Like
think
let's get that spark back and bring them back. Why not?
they brought a lot of sass and a lot of attitude with them, and it was
I
definitely
love
fun.
that. You gotta have. You can be a good fighter, but you gotta also have a little bit of personality. That's what people love. So you
Yeah,
gotta have a story, and you gotta have something that makes it all more exciting to want to watch that person. You know.
I still think it's funny that people get mad at Ronda because like she was like, oh, she was this, like she wasn't humble. That's my mom. That's my mom calling me to come upstairs.
Okay.
But I think that's good timing because we were getting
Yes.
ready to kind of
Yes.
finish this thing off. And you know how I typically end these things, Crystal, as I
Yes.
throw that proverbial microphone over to you. Anyone you would like to thank, training partners, teammates,
Yes.
shoot out your social media sites, any sponsors that you got any love for, and any parting thoughts here for our listeners here tonight. The time is yours, my friend.
Thank you. So yeah, number one, I'm just like looking forward to this fight. Watch me, tune in on the BKFC app. It's going to be one hell of a war. I always bring the heat, so tune in and watch me live and finally fight. I just want to say thank you to my sponsors, HKA. Nick, he's amazing. He always has me good and ready for my fights. My outfit is amazing. He's always good at helping me with gloves and things like that. I want to say thank you to Total Nutrition, Jeremy Pitbull. He sponsored me for this fight. Without him, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Fran Hosk Law Group, them as well. They partner with me and sponsored me for my fight. I mean, the medicals and the stuff were insane for this fight. So I'm just grateful that I had all these guys back me and help me through. And then I want to say thank you to Smith Brothers, my gym. Without my teammates and without the coaches, my husband, Henty Van Wyk, and Adam, they've been amazing. They've had my back. They've been coaching me broken. And my teammates for always supporting me and helping me through my camps. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to each and every sponsor, Fighter Alias, all the sponsors that I've had, like that have backed me up. I'm really super grateful. Like our words cannot describe how much how much it means to me that I have people behind me. And then obviously to BKFC for always giving me opportunities, and Kevin Smith, love you, Kevin. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to be here where I am today. So just for everybody that's pushed me, helped me, stood behind me, thank you so much to you for having me on your podcast. Means a lot. Your time really, really means a lot to me and helping me get myself out there. And yeah, I appreciate everything that everyone's done. Oh, and one more sponsor, Flockstar, they knew. Check out the new merch they're gonna make me. It's fire. So yeah, appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure catching up with you, Crystal. As you say, thank me. I really appreciate every athlete's time. My co-host times. Anyone who hops on the network with us. We're actually only, I think it's like 26K away from a million views on our
wow, amazing.
So we actually got a little gift package going up. We got a couple signed books from my co-host who's a former NFL player.
Nice.
Signed photos. I got some signed cards both from Jessica and Lauren Murphy over here. So we got a bunch of things that we're going to do a little package giveaway to our our rabid listeners in the comments. Also, we're getting closer to 2K, which I will do another giveaway when we hit 2K subscribers on the YouTube channel. So we're gonna be doing some stuff, getting some stuff from athletes to kind of make some cool packages.
Hey, pull me in there. I will definitely do whatever as well.
Yeah, but I guess I'll send you some gloves and we'll work out something to get signed. Okay.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So, other than that, just make sure you guys are tuning in. Make sure you guys are tuning in to Crystal's fight there, December 20th. You should either be able to catch it on the BKFC app itself, the Zone or Triller app. One of the two. It should be on as well.
It should be on the BKFC app.
They do put it on YouTube as well after the fact. So maybe if you happen to be busy and you can't make time for Crystal, make sure you watch the replay on the YouTube channel and
absolutely.
So other than that, I'm Steve. This is Crystal Van Wyk. This was another episode of The Real and the Rare. Catch you guys on the rebound. Peace out.
Thank you.